Hi all, welcome to today's topic, and today I want to talk to you about something that is vitally important that you do. If you do not do what I'm going to talk about, then you are going to be losing money. You are not going to know where you are, you're not going to know what you need to tweak and what you need to fix, and it will cost you in the long run. What I'm talking about today is your metrics, and what I mean by metrics is after you go out and do shifts on these apps, if you don't keep track of your numbers and you don't know where you are, you're going to kind of be lost. You're just going to be out there grabbing orders to grab orders, and you're not going to really be going out with a strategy. To be successful in the food delivery gigs, you have to have a strategy when you go out there. In other videos, I talked to you about how to pick the right orders, and I talked about how important it is to get the right dollars and to get the right miles. And if you are not keeping track of that stuff as you are going out and doing your deliveries, then you're kind of not going to know where you are, and you're not going to be able to schedule and plan on how to fix issues that you might be having. So the best way to take care of this is to simply keep track of your numbers. And I use an Excel spreadsheet that I put together, and I've been tweaking that spreadsheet over the time I've been delivering it, so I can go on there and know exactly where I am, and I can also use it to set my goals for the month and the week, and even daily if I want to, so I can make sure that I'm making the money that I need to make, and I'm making it when I want to make it. So keeping track of your metrics are vitally important to be successful in this food delivery gig that you're doing. You have to keep track of the numbers so that you know where you are. You have to keep track of the numbers so that you know where you might be lacking, and so that you can make improvements so that you can get more money while you're out there. I'll give you one example of how I used it to tweak what I was doing, because it really helped me in the beginning. And after a few months of doing food delivery, I had been keeping track of my numbers, and I really noticed a trend that was my actual work time when I was out there compared to the amount of time I was actually physically out there. There was quite a discrepancy there. I was down probably 20 to 30% of my time out there was spent out there doing absolutely nothing. And if you think about 20 to 30%, that's like 15 minutes out of every hour I was doing absolutely nothing. That meant that I was not making money. So what I could do, and knowing this, I could figure out exactly what I needed to do to change that to where I was not sitting dormant for that amount of time. And because I understood my numbers and I knew where I was able to make it so that about 95% of the time now I am actually I'm actually working when I'm physically out there. So I went from about 70% of the time working to 95% of the time I was working. And I only knew this because I was keeping track of my numbers. So it's very important that you keep track of your numbers from the very first day you go out there. Literally, it's that important, because you can also see trends over time. Again, another example is when I first started, I was averaging about $15 per hour. As I learned and as I watched my numbers, and over time, I got that number up to $25 to $30 an hour average. Right now, my overall average for this year is $28.89 an hour average. If I was not paying attention to my numbers and I was not keeping track of my metrics, I wouldn't really know this, and I wouldn't have been able to really keep track of where I was and make the changes that I needed to get up to that number. So the most important thing that you want to keep track of when it comes to your metrics is how many dollars per hour that you're making. That is the bottom line. If you keep track of only one thing, that is the one thing that is the most important. You want to know how many hours you are completely out there for a shift. You want to know how many dollars you're making for that shift, and then you can simply divide it, and that'll give you what your total per hour is. That is the most important number when you're out making food delivery. The second thing that I keep track of is my dollars per mile, and dollars per mile are very important too, because the more that you're driving to take these deliveries, more dollars that you need to make, because you're putting miles on your vehicle, which means that you're using the gas. That means that you're also using the things like your oil and antifreeze and spark plugs. Basically, what it boils down to is the more that you're delivering, the higher the cost is going to be on your vehicle. And if you're not making at least $1.50 a mile, then you are going to be struggling. You're not going to have enough per mile to make it worth your while. So it is very important that you also keep track of your dollars per mile when you're out there making food delivery. The third thing that I keep track of that's really important, the most important thing, is I also keep track of the average per delivery, because when I'm starting my week and when I'm planning my week, it's vitally important to me to know how many deliveries I need to take to get the amount I need for that week. And that's another metric that I can use that tells me how much I need to work for that week. I know on each different platform, I know how many deliveries I take, I know how much they pay me, so I can tell you on each individual platform how much per dollar I am making for food delivery. DoorDash, it's just over $9. GrubHub is just over $12, and Uber Eats is $16. And overall, I also know that averages out just over $12 per delivery. So when I'm setting up my week, I know that if I want to make $120, I know I need to make 10 deliveries. If I want to make, you know, 360, that's 30 deliveries. If I want to make 720, that's 60 deliveries that I need to make. So I can tell exactly what I need to do in each of my apps so that I can make the money that I need to based on how many deliveries I need to take. So it is very important that you also keep track of what your average per delivery is. Some other things that I keep track of is I also keep track of how much income I'm making per app so that I know. I also keep track of what percentage of my time is spent on each app. And then I also keep track of the actual dollars per delivery for each app on my spreadsheet. So those are some of the things that I look at and some of the things that I keep track of for myself. So if you keep track of your metrics, you're going to be able to set your goals. You're going to be able to look at what you're currently doing and see where you need to tweak things so that you can make more money while you're out there. The easiest way to do it is, if you're familiar with Excel, it is easy to do using an Excel spreadsheet. And as long as you know how to add lines in and put the numbers in, it'll calculate everything for you. One thing that I'm going to offer is, if you would like, I will send you a copy of the spreadsheet that I use. Like I said, it's very self-explanatory. It's very simple to use, and all you got to do is plug the numbers in and calculate it out. Just leave me a comment below and I'll send it to you. One other thing that my spreadsheet does is I have a second sheet in the workbook that It takes the numbers from a total week so I can keep track of what my weekly averages are. I know it might seem like a lot, I know it might seem like overkill, but if I didn't know what I was doing by my metrics, I would not be making the money that I'm making out here. I also wouldn't be able to really set up my week and set up my goals and know what I need to do when I'm out there to reach my numbers. So every week before the week starts, I always set up, this is how many dollars that I want to make, and I can take a look at my metrics and I can say to myself, okay, to make this amount of dollars, this is exactly what I need to do. Again, if I want to make $1,000, I know that I need to get out and hustle every single day, and I know what I need to get when I'm out there every single day. I know that on Saturday and Sunday is typically a bigger money-making day for me, so I might spend, instead of 8 hours, I could tell myself that I need to spend 12 hours out on a Saturday and Sunday to get that money that I need. So having metrics and keeping track of your numbers is something that you should do, again, from the first day that you get out there, so that you know where you are, so that you know what you're doing when you're out there, and so that you can make changes to whatever you are doing, so that you can get better, and so that you can get more dollars when you're out there. So if you want a copy of my spreadsheet, shoot me a comment and I will be happy to send it to you. I can explain to you how to use it so that it's easy to understand, and I'll be happy to do that for you. So anyway, a little shorter video today, but that's okay. Just want to make sure that you understand how important metrics are when you're out here doing food delivery, so that you can get most of the money for the time that you're spending out there, and so that you can know exactly where you are, so that you can make those little tweaks that are going to make you more money. I hope you really enjoyed today's topic, and thank you for joining me here. Please subscribe to my channel so you can continue to get this great content. Please like the video so that more people can see my content. And if you know somebody that could use this advice that is doing food delivery also, make sure that you share my video with the others so that they can get the help that they need to be successful out there too. So with that, I hope you all have a great day, and I look forward to my next video, and I will talk to you soon.